Hey guys, welcome to my 16-week pregnancy update. For anyone who's new, hi, I'm Lucy. I am pregnant with baby number 3, my last baby, last one. I have 2 boys. Charlie is going to be 6 in August and Noah just turned 3 this summer. This pregnancy is after 2 miscarriages, so if you haven't seen my journey, you can go back and check out those videos. I will link them in the description, but definitely a high anxiety pregnancy so far. The first trimester was kind of crazy, just emotional roller coaster with bleeding, spotting, and cramping, and lots of ultrasounds. But finally in the second trimester now and feeling a lot better emotionally and just like I'm actually gonna have this baby. So let's get right into this 16-week update. So baby is about the size of an avocado now, so 4 to 5 inches and weighing 3 to 4 ounces. Baby is just almost getting large enough where you're not supposed to sleep on your back anymore. I think they say, I don't know, my app said now, but I read 20 weeks, so I'm not really sure. But I've just started practicing side lying in bed because I am a back sleeper, so I normally like to sleep on my back. So my last update, I believe, was at 14 weeks, and about half a week after that, I had a day where I just felt really good, and I didn't feel really bloated like I had been. I didn't feel pregnant. I was so weird. I guess feeling bloated and gassy and everything, I just felt like I could feel my uterus. I knew I was pregnant, I could feel it, and then I had this day where I just didn't feel pregnant, and I was like, oh, it scared me, and I'm like, come on, Lou, get a handle. But I texted my midwife and I was like, hey, can we just check? Can we do a Doppler and check for heartbeat? Because I'm just feeling anxious about it. And she's so amazing. This is one reason I love having a midwife instead of going through an OB office, because not all of them will do this, but she's like, yeah, I'll come over. And she actually lives in my neighborhood. So she just came right over. We did a Doppler on the couch and we could hear baby's heartbeat and everything was fine.
There's the baby going.
I can hear it.
Can you hear it, Noah?
So strong and healthy. You guys hear it? Yep.
She's just the best. She did the boys' heartbeats too, so they could be involved in it. And I love this personalized experience I get with the midwife versus going to the office of an OB, especially the one I used before. They're just getting so busy that you just feel lost in the mix with the OB's office. At least I did. So I was 16 weeks yesterday, I guess, and I'm still having that excess saliva that you get in the first trimester. I'm still having that, which just makes you kind of feel yucky having extra saliva in your mouth. I have days where I feel really good, and then I have days where I get that yucky feeling in my belly again. So baby can start to maybe hear some noises now at 16 weeks, but definitely by 18 weeks, baby can hear you, can hear things going on outside, can hear the internal gurgles and things in your belly. So that's really fun. You can start talking to baby and singing songs and all that stuff. Charlie keeps talking to my belly, and baby will actually be able to hear him now, which is awesome. The boys really love The Incredibles, and that baby Jack, the all the superpowers, they love him so much. So it is a boy. If you didn't see my gender reveal, I'm having a third boy. I knew it was gonna be another boy, but they are calling it Jack. So we'll see if that name, maybe Jackson or something, sticks for when baby's born, but we're not decided on that or anything. But that's baby's nickname, Jack. So if you saw my previous pregnancy updates, I did have 2 miscarriages, and so this pregnancy I started taking progesterone early on, as soon as I found out I was pregnant. That's just the science behind that is shaky, if it even works or not, but it's the pregnancy hormone. My midwife said, why not? Let's just try it. So now I have to get off of it, and she said that, I didn't read this anywhere, but she said she knows one twin mama who was taking it, and when she stopped taking it, she had bleeding and thought she was miscarrying, but it just was from coming off the progesterone. So anyway, she said to wean slowly off of it. So I'm taking it every other night for a week, and then I'll take it every 2 nights for a week. But I started weaning off that, and I haven't had any bleeding or anything like that. So the big part of this update, and the other thing that has been giving me a hard time sleeping this week, was one, that the boys started school this week also, and we have had them home for an entire year because of COVID. So it was a big deal. Like Charlie started kindergarten. I cannot believe he started kindergarten. He's at kindergarten. He's literally at school right now. And then Noah has never been to school at all, but he started at his little Montessori preschool that he's going to. So yeah, it was a lot going on this week with like getting all their stuff ready and lunches and making sure we get up on time and everything. And also along with that, like now that they're in school, that's a lot more germs that we're going to be dealing with. Like we've been all home the last year. So I actually have not gotten the COVID vaccine yet, or had not gotten it, because we were all home, we were being safe, and it hasn't, they didn't have a controlled study for pregnant women, and I didn't really want to take a vaccine that, hadn't been studied on pregnant women. I was trying to hold off and see if maybe some studies came out. We were being safe, but the kids are in school now. Like, that's a lot of germs. The Delta variant is going crazy in our area. So yeah, I had to make this decision, and I knew I needed to make it quickly, whether or not to get the COVID vaccine while pregnant. For me, I actually got the first shot yesterday, and it was a hard decision for me. But the things that made me decide personally for myself to get the vaccine were the area I live in. The Delta variant is going crazy. That Delta variant is like way more contagious than the regular COVID. And the kids are going to school without masks, like just going to school every day with a bunch of other kids, which we weren't doing before. And then personally for me, I'm like prone to like asthmatic stuff, like my lungs. I just don't trust my lungs to be like good with the COVID. And I'm blood type A, which I read like blood type A reacts worse to COVID. Oh, there's so many things. So anyway, for me in this situation, I decided to get it. And I know a lot of you are probably like, well, obviously, like that's the obvious choice, but for me it wasn't. And I feel like for a lot of women, it's not an obvious choice. Like it's a very difficult choice. It's like, let's take the chance of getting this horrible virus and seeing how your body reacts to it and seeing if you're okay. Maybe I'll be fine. Maybe I'll just get sick, just like not too bad. I'll have to stay home, but I could potentially like die. Like there's serious risks, and I think the chances are pretty low of that happening, but still like it's scary. And then there's like this new vaccine that everyone says is very safe, and the science behind it is so cool. Like the mRNA science is really cool, and I think probably the future of where we're going with health science. But yeah, it's not a fun decision to have to make, to be like part of that study cohort of people who are like the first ones to take a vaccine. So anyway, I'm emotional. I'm pregnant, but I did want to mention that one really good channel that I looked at to help me make the decision was Diana in the Pink. She does pregnancy updates, and they're really fun and informative. If you want to just know what's going on with baby and development and stuff, and what's going on with your own body, she does really great pregnancy updates. So I will link her channel in the description up here somewhere as well. But she has one video she's a nurse practitioner, and she works with pregnant patients. So she did a video on the COVID vaccine and the pros and cons, and like basically all the facts. Like she's not trying to say you should do one thing or the other, but she's like, here are the facts, here's what we know, and here's the decision that you have to make as a pregnant woman right now, which sucks that you have to make it, but this is the decision. It's like all up to you. Anyway, so that was like a really tough decision for me, but I made it, and it's done, and I'll get the second shot in 3 weeks. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I think this video is long enough. 16 weeks pregnant. I will show you my belly. It's not very big, but I will show you. And what else? I think that's it. We'll see you guys in my next update. Bye. Belly? Okay. No. It's kind of a belly, right? Like, bye.